It's MFNRocks.com. Music right there from Bruce Kulick from his disc Audio Dog. The tune is called Need Me. I like it, man. Nice and aggressive.
Yeah, yes. That's my best angry Jim Morrison vibe, you know.
Where'd you come up with the title, Audio Dog?
Well, that's a good question. I have a dog at home that kind of adopted me years ago, and he's you know, really like kind of like my best friend, my son. You know, my friends that know his name is Joe. No, he's really a terrific dog. He's not a big dog, and that's the odd thing because I would have picked probably a larger dog, but he's just a little 10-pound, you know, Shih Tzu Lhasa with a lot of attitude, a little mutt with funny teeth. There's a little caricature of him in the corner there on the disc, and on the chick's ass in the center. You see, the EP has. I did a limited edition EP to get a little buzz going about the album while I was still working on the artwork. And I had a caricature. I could show you what one of those look like, but I had a caricature of Joe on there. That's kind of what he looks like, you know. So when Union was struggling with a lot of names, I remember at one point suddenly loving dogs so much, you know, just thinking, well, I'm into music, I love my dog, you know. Oh, Audio Dog, you know, put the words together. We'd be the Audio Dogs. Or thinking, you know, a lot of musicians are freaking dogs. I'm a dog, you know. And John went, I hate it. You know what I mean? So that never happened. And the next thing I know, you know, you save things that you like, even if someone else hates it, okay? You write it down. I still have, you know, lists. I learned that from Gene a long time ago. He'd write things down, and suddenly years later I'd see, like, that title that he wrote down as a new song. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like, I wanted to think, it actually works better as a title and where I'm at and who I am. The first song I wrote that was a new song for this album was called Dogs and Morrison, actually. And that had to do with, you know, kind of walking my dog in my neighborhood, and living with me is like living with the dogs of Morrison. It's a little imagery there. There's actually a street nearby called Morrison, but I like the whole concept of it. And just the whole thing of dogs and me and being like kind of my own man, you know, single guy doing his like kind of like kind of cave-like thing. You know the way dogs not, you know, a dog will survive basically. You know, you throw him out, he'll find a way. You know, and that's what I felt. I felt like I was, you know, thrown out from Kiss and thrown out from my home, you know, by not being married anymore. You know, and so this record kind of represents just me surviving as a dog with my music, and I'm an audio dog. So there it goes.
What's another tune on here? 495. Is that
now
been renamed, or is that actually
no?
Different?
You see, I kept. I wanted a bonus track. I know you're looking, of course, at the EP that I wanted to show you, and I have one song on there that's different from the full length, called 495, which is like an up-tempo fusion song. And I only did that in a limited edition numbered thing of 1,000. Eventually, I'll have 495 somehow available on my site or something like that, you know. But some people really like that, but it's the least kind of, it's actually like a real fusion number, like kind of like a Jeff Beck, you know, real up-tempo track.
You can play it loud.
Yeah, you can play that. No, it's a great track, but I wanted something like different on that, and I wanted something that I wasn't sure where to put it on my record, you know, so it wound up on the EP. And like I said, this one's got 11, and there's 4 instrumentals out of the 11.
So I noticed that, you've done this all on your own.
Yeah.
And did you approach any labels about it? Were you interested in going that route, or are you still looking to go that way, or you just want to do it totally from your website, and
well,
that way everything is yours, you don't have to share anything? And
well, it's a good question. Obviously, there was some interest of some labels to distribute it, and I've heard too many horror stories about that, meaning, yeah, they sell it, but you don't always get paid, okay? And that's not a good feeling. I think the fact that I paid for it and I'm being a control freak about it, I want to be sure that whatever I do, if I let it out of my control, in other words, license or distribute it to somebody, that I really know I'm protected, okay? And until that, you know, that opportunity arises that I feel comfortable, and I do have a lawyer, of course, even though I tell people I make a joke about this record. I'm the label, I'm the manager, I'm the lawyer, I'm the artist, I'm everything, I'm the publicist, but it's not true. Of course, I have a lawyer, and I have advice from Larry Mazer, who's a manager that Union had and Kiss had from years ago too, during the Hot in the Shade Revenge era, and I always call him and keep in touch, and even he was like, for now, sell it yourself. That's great. You know what I mean? It's great music. Your fans want to hear you, and I think my fans know that as much as it isn't the same as walking into a store and seeing it and buying it. Okay, but the point is. You will get it. You send a check or money order, or you click on. Right now, I have it set up with PayPal, which is something unheard of a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And PayPal is very easy to use, especially in America. And it's a great way to buy things through eBay and all the auction sites that are on the net. And if you have to do a credit card thing, there's information on my site, and I'll give the name of the site right now. There's one site that I really do like, and they do a huge amount of Kiss merchandise, and they do a great job with it, called KissShop.com. And they're set up with credit cards, and they'll have my disc also. Their disc should be there like sometime next week, so you can just order one there. So either from my site, and if you just got to do credit card, you can always go there and buy it that way.
What did this question just came over actually? What by the way, if you got a question and don't know how to get in touch with us, MFNRocks at AOL is the way to ask Bruce a question if you're out there listening. He asked, what tracks, or how did you decide what got vocals and what stayed an instrumental?
Well, that's a good question, actually. That's an instinctive thing that you just kind of get a sense for. Like this song, I do want you to play this instrumental called Monster Island. It's so aggressive and wild. I'd rather hear, even though there's a theme to it, I'd rather hear vocals to it. Okay, I mean, I'd not hear vocals and just ripping guitars. Now there's a ballad kind of instrumental that I've done at many clinics before, and it actually appeared on an Ace tribute, of course, being the one non-Ace song. Okay, they closed. This thing went out of print a while ago, unfortunately, but it was called Return of the Comet, and I had it on there, and I really felt more people should hear it, so I did it. But a lot of people do say to me, I hear lyrics for that song, you should put lyrics to it and sing it, and I'm like, well, thank you, maybe I will in the future, but for right now, it doesn't have any lyrics, But it's an instinctive thing. It's very hard to, see, I think a melody, even if you're doing an instrumental, it has to sing. I look at all my lead guitar solos, even though, of course, they use phrases that are not going to be complementary to some sort of words, but I see them all as melody, and that's what I think is one of my strengths that I try to always, really hit on the head, is to make your solo a melody that people can sing, and then occasionally just, dazzle them, and sometimes one note says a lot,
Right.
There's no one way to play the guitar. There's so much subtlety in it. Although I realize the voice is the hardest instrument, period, and that's no lie now. I realize that, but I always feel like I'm singing anyway, even if I'm doing an instrumental,
Yeah.
So just some songs just are more cut out for that.